All right, and we are live. So it is Tuesday night, and we're going to try and play a little bit of Phantasy Star Online. So, first things first, let's load up our patcher and see who we can find. All right, the patcher is loading. And everything looks pretty good so far. All right, good sign. Okay, we're gonna swap out the patcher and put in our game disc. Like so. Okay, game disc is loading. And everything looks pretty good. So let's just hit start to load everything. And while that's loading, let's crack open a Sapporo. Oh, can's giving me trouble. There we go. All right, sweet. So here we go. Push the start button. Continue. Yes. Okay, it's loading up the character data. I probably should download that Eve's version, the one that was suggested before, that doesn't put you to like the ultra difficult mode, but will make the loading a little bit quicker. Okay, yes, here we go. Now I can't guarantee anybody's going to be online tonight, but we're going to take a look anyways. If anything, we'll just do a little bit of a solo quest, and hopefully people will join in. All right, let's just double check some settings here. Okay, everything looks good. Sweet. Select ship. Nobody. I guess Tuesday night is not the night to play. All right, well, Altamira is generally pretty good. I'm just going to put a quick shout out on the local group to let people know that I am on. Here we go, Silver Ramp PSO. We'll hit A button, perfect. Just jumping on PSO now. All right, cool. And we'll make a little post in Dreamcast Live to let everybody know that we're playing. Here we go, Dreamcast Live. Dreamcast Online, rather. All right. And going live with PSO if anyone else wants to join. All right, so put a quick shout out. Hopefully we'll get some more people to jump in. We'll see what happens. In the meantime, why don't we jump in to a game? And of course, we're going to make the game open to the public. Let's just call it UGB so people know what we're doing. And difficulty, ultimate, and register. And we're loading. So my hope is, actually I might as well backtrack. Recently I ordered a USB GD-ROM. Now I've been debating between the two to be the GD EMU or EMU, whatever you want to call it, and the USB GD-ROM. Now both seem pretty comparable to each other. although the USB GD-ROM claims to support more games and appears to be a little bit more user-friendly. I don't know what that means. I've asked many groups, and pretty much everybody has told me that they're both basically the same product. It pretty much just depends on what you prefer to use as a medium. So that said, I decided to go with the USB GD-ROM, mostly because it's the only one that's available, to be honest. Getting the GD EMU seems nearly impossible. You have to subscribe to this dude's blog, and he makes a limited batch, and pretty much they're gone in a couple of minutes. So I kind of gave up on that. I was subscribed to the blog, and I kept missing the runs that were coming out. So I ended up just deciding to go with the USB GD-ROM instead. That said, from what I understand, it's actually probably the better product. Now again, I can't say one way or the other which one is better, but apparently, you know, the minor differences with the USB GD-ROM make it a little bit more superior. But again, I can't verify that. I haven't played either, but what I can say is that the USB GD-ROM is much more accessible than the GD EMU. I went to the website for the guy who does it. I think it was like Dr. Nemo or something like that, or Nemo. Anyways, had a bit of a problem maybe about a year or two ago. He was selling this product on Stone Age Gamer, and I guess there was an issue with the delivery of the item. People were ordering it, and then I guess orders weren't being filled. I suspect they weren't being filled fast enough, and people were getting upset. Suffice to say, they ended up having some pretty unkind words to say about the USB GD-ROM, and dropped them and wrote this big blog post. I'm not sure if it's still up on their website, but it was fairly defamatory. But people still kept buying his product, and most of the people that have used it say it's pretty good. So I decided, okay, well, I'll take a chance. So I ordered it, and I guess they're in the process of being made at the moment. Nothing's really out right now, but I'm told the lead time is about 4 weeks, so I'm pretty excited about that. So what that is going to mean is I'm not sure if I'm going to take apart this Dreamcast that I'm using right now, the Sega Sports Dreamcast, or if I'm going to use one of my kind of burner Dreamcasts that I have. I have about 2 that are in near working condition. What I mean by that is that they probably just have to have the laser adjusted, simply because I don't need another Dreamcast right now. I haven't bothered to take a look at them, but they look in good shape otherwise. So I may take apart one of those, but I also might take apart this one. Haven't decided yet. I think I'd probably like it in the black Dreamcast more than in just a standard white version, but that is just going to kind of be an aesthetic thing that is really inconsequential. It would be nice to kind of keep the black Sega Sports Dreamcast that I have in as pristine condition as I possibly can, but that said, it's also not all the original hardware in the Sega Sports Dreamcast that I have. I've actually swapped out a couple of parts, like the main board. I guess there's probably a capacitor issue or something like that, and what I ended up having to do was replace that with another Dreamcast that was working properly. And the reason I say that there was an issue possibly with the capacitors is that I was trying to play online, and I noticed the modem kept failing, and I knew it wasn't my line voltage inducer because I had tested that out many times on my other Dreamcast and didn't have any issue. So when I swapped out the board, I had no problems after that, which tells me that, yeah, it was probably a capacitor issue. I didn't throw out that board. I just kind of put it aside and swapped out the board for another one that I had. And since then, I haven't had any issues, but it does mean that this Sega Sports version isn't the original Sega Sports version. It was a Model 1, so I knew it was going to play burn games still. Although I don't play burn games, I still need the Dreamcast access CDRs only so I can load patchers and things like that. So that's why I did that. But anyways, ordered it about 3 days ago. And yeah, I'm pretty excited. It looks really, really easy to use. It'll be cool to have like basically a complete Dreamcast set that I could play. Don't have to have a binder full of CDRs that are going to fail on me. And also the load times rather on a lot of these games are going to be dramatically improved. The installation is fairly simple for both the GD-EMU and the USB GD-ROM. Basically, all you do is rip out your optical drive and you just plug in the ribbon cable. That's it. So, looks pretty simple. It's an easy mod. It is a bit expensive, but Dreamcast games are also increasing quite a bit in price. So, if you're a person like me that's going to make use of a GD-ROM, it's probably not a bad investment. If you're somebody that kind of plays a handful of games casually on the Dreamcast, might not be worth the purchase price, but I'm very interested about it. You can also play all region games, which is kind of nice. I've started to really get into the Japanese exclusives, although I haven't played a ton. I did play some Fire Pro Wrestling, and I have to admit that game is fantastic. It'd be really nice to. The other advantage of the USB GD-ROM is that there's a hack of Fire Pro Wrestling. So it was a Japanese exclusive, which means that you have to use. You have to either print out a book or have a tablet beside you so you can read the translation of some of the commands. But there was a hack that has an all English translation of Fire Pro Wrestling. So the good thing about the USB GD-ROM is that I won't need to play the disc. I can just simply download the ISO and run it right off the GD-ROM. So that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. That game's a lot of fun. It'd be nice to try and play it with another player. You can't play it online. You have to do local co-op or local versus. Might be a bit challenging. I don't necessarily have a whole ton of people that are available to play a lot of games, but I do have a few people that stop by once in a while that might be interested. There is a bit of a learning curve to that game, which is why somebody just picking up and playing it for the first time might not enjoy it so much. There's a lot of I think most people will be compelled to sort of button mash, and it's not really a button mashing game. It's more of like a rhythm based, time based game. So you've really got to sort of practice your moves and practice the commands and stuff like that in order to be pretty good at it. I'd say pretty quickly. Like I was already getting the hang of it, and I could barely read what was going on. Like I had to take breaks to leaf through the PDF on my tablet. So yeah, I'm expecting that probably the end of August. Now I'm using the broadband adapter to play PSO right now, but cool, we've got a second. Nice. I'm using the broadband adapter right now, but I do use my DreamPi quite regularly for a lot of other games. So Dreamcast Live and PC Wizard have this new line voltage inducer, which I don't particularly need to have a line voltage inducer, but I figure, actually, let's say hi to Kevin, drop him a pipe so that way he can join us. So let's just say hello. Hey there. I'll drop a pipe. Item pack, items, and telepipe use. There we go. Okay, cool. All right, so hopefully Kevin will join the game. I don't think I know a Kevin actually. All right, well, we'll find out who Kevin is. What was I saying? Yeah, so PC Wizard and Dreamcast Live have this new line voltage inducer available, and like I said, I don't particularly need one because the one I have is really nice. Like, it's really effective, but The only downside of it is that it's a little, I don't know, it's a little unsightly. Let's just say that. I have a power brick that supplies the current to the red wire on the phone line. I also, it's a bit, I don't know, it's just a bit bulky. So this one here is actually cool. All it is one USB that plugs into the back of your Pi, and it ends up supporting the line voltage inducer in addition to being able to run your modem. So it's just, yeah, it looks really cool, and I'm kind of interested to maybe, I don't know if I'll reverse engineer it because I don't really have any intention of trying to resell it or anything like that, but I am very curious to see what they did in order to get it to run off of that single USB port. There's been a couple of different mods in the past of the line voltage inducer. In fact, I did make an effective one, which originally I thought was damaging my computer, but in retrospect it was probably a virus from a film that I downloaded earlier in the day, and I did rebuild it and it was fine, but I was gonna make a video showing people how to make it, and then PC Wizard came out with his new oh, Kevin's gone. Okay, I was gonna heal him, but I guess he's out of the game. But yeah, then PC Wizard came up with his new product, and I thought, you know what, my strategy of making a USB line voltage inducer is fairly obsolete at this point. Tact and PC Wizard seem to have a much more efficient way of doing it. So, you know, we'll support Dreamcast Live in the store there, and hopefully people will buy more of their product, and that money will be kind of funneled into the servers and things like that. So we'll see what happens. Wonder what happened to our friend Kevin. He appears to have left the game. Okay. Well, maybe he'll come back. Maybe just something happened with the connection. Alright, I think we're going to need to make a trip back to Pioneer in a second anyways, because I desperately need more Trimate. But let's finish off these guys first. So yeah, the Dreamcast Live store, they have them for sale right now. They're really cheap. They're like 29 bucks shipped to the US and Canada, which is pretty decent. Came to about 40 bucks Canadian. Come on, there we go. To buy a USB modem that works with the Raspberry Pi, it's probably going to set you back about 20 bucks anyways. So for the extra $20 to have it shipped and have it work right out of the box, I think is a great price. So if you are interested, you know, if you watch the tutorial and you find making the line voltage inducer, like I put up there, is a bit too much for you, I suggest just buying one off of PC Wizard and trying that out. So give it a shot. If you've got a Raspberry Pi already, it's probably the most effective way of doing it. I would suggest getting the Raspberry Pi 3, if only because then you can put Wi-Fi on your Raspberry Pi to make it run over your home network, so you have a wireless Dreamcast. Assuming that you're not too far away and that there shouldn't be any lag, but again, use at your own discretion, I suppose. Okay, that's the Ogre power, and let's just drop pipe and go back to Pioneer for a second and see about getting some more supplies. Okay. In terms of pickups, I haven't really done any live pickups recently, but I did get a couple of cool things in the mail. All eBay stuff, so nothing that I found in the wild, but did get some good prices I typically don't buy things off of eBay for the higher prices that people charge. Oh, it looks like somebody might be bursting. Oh, no, I guess not. But sometimes you do get a really good deal. Okay, my Dreamcast is making sounds, which tells me somebody might try to join the game. So let's just give them a second while I pull out what I got. So the first thing I got, which is pretty cool, is this right here, which is a ASCII fight pad for the Dreamcast. So that's just like basically a 6-button controller for, you know, fighting games like Project Justice or Street Fighter or whatever. Now those aren't my favorite games to play, but when I do play them, I guess it makes the most sense to have the best controller for it. So anyways, I got it for a really cool price from some guy in Europe. Pretty cheap, comparable to what people are selling it nowadays for. And I tried it out, works great. Just has a really good feel to it, and it's nice to have those L and R buttons on the front, so that way you can just kind of mash them when you're doing special moves and stuff like that. Now I've always kind of sucked at fighting games like that. I was pretty good, I guess, at Street Fighter 2 way back in the day, but that was a long time ago, and I'm really out of practice. Oh shit, these fucking guys. Oh man, this is not good. But anyways, for the price I paid for it, it's just kind of handy to have whenever you're playing those kind of games. I haven't tried it with anything else, like PSO or anything. I am curious to see how effective it would be with other games that that it's not necessarily intended for, because the one thing you kind of lose is your analog stick, which is obviously a necessity in a lot of games. So assuming you're playing a game that has some very basic control schemes, I guess you could use that ASCII pad for pretty much anything. But you know, I actually like the feel of the original Dreamcast controller. I know some people are a little indifferent about it, and I guess some people are also a little put off by the fact that the wire runs along the back instead of the front. That said, I've never had an issue with it. I have an extension cable, which kind of makes that a non-issue. And when I'm playing here and streaming, I also I'm so close that you don't even notice where the cable is anyway, so not a big deal. Okay. So chat's been a bit quiet, but I'm just hoping that everything's picking up nicely in terms of the audio and everything like that. I hadn't put on my headphones today. I just kind of threw it on and hoped it worked. Okay, let's see what we got here. Nothing special. No biggie. All right, where should we go from here? So we'll go around. What's this? Monofluid, don't need it. Don't need it, don't need it, don't need it. Okay, where do we go? That's where we came from. So is this door open now? I think this is where we're headed. Okay, that's where we came from. All right, I'm backtracking too much. Okay, let's go up this way. And go around here. There we go. This is what's open. All right, I'm just gonna double check here. Oh shit, these guys. Crappies. Wow, they're taking a lot of punishment. Okay, are they gonna jump up right away, or are they gonna give me a bit of room to breathe? Okay, let's just tag this guy quick. Ah, shit, he fucking ran away. Okay, Okay, let's actually just double back here so that way we've got a good angle to attack from when these guys get up and moving again. There we go. So hopefully drop some goodies. Nice. Speaking of controllers, I actually have another controller on the way. But I guess we won't talk about it much until it actually shows up on my doorstep. Okay, what do we got here? Psychic barrier, freeze barrier, king's frame. Don't need it. I've got a blue ring right now, which seems to be doing the trick quite fine. Okay, tag, tag, tag. Is it gonna go down? Perfect. Okay, we nailed them. Oh shit, okay, same guys. Alright, let's find ourselves a corner. There we go, perfect. And everybody's tagged. So yeah, anyways, I did pick up another cool thing, which this one I got for a steal of a price. It was open auction on eBay, and typically I see one of these items go for the price I paid for all of the items together. Now it's something that I probably won't use, but it's for the price I paid. It was a great little collector's item, and it's for a game that I really enjoy. So you know, if you really enjoy it, then it's not a waste of money. Anyways, I only paid 25 bucks shipped from Japan for what I got, and I was surprised actually, open auction, that it went so cheap. The seller was offering free shipping, which is pretty cool. You don't really see that too often. I am curious what kind of shipping services some of these people use in different countries that they're able to ship for so cheaply, because when I try to ship overseas, it ends up costing me a fortune. But you know, I just use standard like letter mail, Canada Post, and it's probably not the most efficient way to send things overseas, but it's kind of my only option, more or less, or at least that I could see anyways. I don't know if more people have experience doing that, but okay, come on, die, die, die. Nice. Okay, where's the other guy? Perfect. Tag, tag, tag. Tag, tag, tag. All right, we got him. Bang. Okay, Club of Laconium. Interesting. Okay, so maybe we'll keep this gun for a bit. It's a bit stronger. What do we got in here? Anything we can use? I think I gotta get another. Actually, what's my level at? Oh wow, I'm almost due for a level up. Cool. I was gonna say, oh shit. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's go back to our launcher, and let's nail these guys to the wall. Yeah, so what I was saying, I got this item for extremely cheap from Japan. It is a Japanese game that's been ported to PAL UK. It's been ported to the NTSC console. Everybody's favorite game, and that is the original Shenmue. Now, there were multiple versions of the original Shenmue released in Japan. Actually, one in the US as well, I think, but I think it was like the Shenmue limited edition. But I think it's the same version that was released in Japan, except the Japanese version has a really cool like slipcase that comes with it as well. So the only thing that comes with the limited edition is the soundtrack to the game, and I think it's just under the label, was it Shenmue's Jukebox? So I ended up finding somebody selling the original Japanese instruction guide, the limited edition Japanese Shenmue with slipcase and Shenmue's jukebox. And like I said, I ended up getting it for 25 bucks shipped, and it arrived within a week, which was really cool for coming overseas. Like sometimes I'll get stuff from local groups coming within Canada, and it'll take longer. As soon as I pause here, find a little spot, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, let's just see if we can waste these guys first. Boom, boom. The launcher is actually really effective, but unfortunately my character just needs a little bit more power, a little bit more gas in the tank to make it just pop. And I assume that Rappy ended up dying and then taking off somewhere. Don't really see him around anymore. That's okay. No biggie. Boom. Okay. Oh, fuck. Okay. You know what? We'll just take a quick little break over here. Alright. And we'll face these guys. Perfect. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. So, here is the guide. All in Japanese, but really cool. A lot of cool pictures and stuff like that, and like a really nice kind of glossy softcover book. I don't know, I enjoy looking at it anyways. I know there's an English version which I might get at some point, but here's what the limited edition looks like. So here's the box. Oh, there you go, that makes more sense. And there's the discs inside. So here's the Japanese version of Shenmue, and here is the Shenmue jukebox audio CD. So yeah, it's a pretty cool little set, and like I said, for 25 bucks, really couldn't go wrong with it. I just started actually playing Shenmue for the first time. I've had that game. I've actually had about 4 different copies of it for a little over a year, and I did start playing it when I first got it, but I got so many games straight out the gate that I didn't stick with it. So anyways, just started playing it. It's a fascinating game. It's like it's mildly open world. Think GTA 3, except a little bit less sandboxy. It's a bit of a linear sort of open world game. You're sort of contained to certain pathways and stuff like that, and you can't go and explore every area, but you can explore quite a bit, which is really interesting. And also when you think about how much space the actual GD-ROM disc holds, it's kind of fascinating that you're able to even support a small open world game like that. The audio on it is, you know, I think they're probably going to try and remaster that game for Shenmue 3, if Shenmue 3 actually, you know, it will happen, but when it happens, who knows. But it could really benefit from a remaster. I just don't think the original audio files are probably available. I'm assuming they recorded things in like a high quality wave format, if anything like 44.1 16-bit audio, like CD quality audio, because I don't know what the quality of the audio is that made the GD-ROM cut, but it sounds like a phone line. It's cool that they have a lot of actual spoken dialogue in it, but it is quite low quality. So I would assume that for whatever the remastered is, if they remaster it, it's going to have remastered audio as well. I don't think they'll try and redo the audio. Well, they might. I mean, hey, hello to you too, sir. I mean, the original voice actor is coming back for Shenmue 3, so maybe they can get him to redub the audio for the original Shenmue game. But we'll see what happens. That might be asking a bit much. Okay, let's quickly... Okay, let's kill this guy first. And any more enemies? No. Okay, did we get anything cool? No, we didn't. Hey, how's it going? It's a pretty quiet night here in Pioneer so far, but you know, hopefully more people will see the game is open and join in. Okay, this fucking guy. Oh shit. Okay, come on, heal. Okay, this is a much quicker weapon. And also seems to boost my evade quite a bit as well, which is kind of nice. Okay, is that everybody? Am I alone? Ha ha ha. I feel you, brother. I feel alone too. It's another quiet night on Pioneer. Actually, I'm gonna quickly check Dreamcast Now and see if anybody is in game. Okay. Oh, there's somebody playing right now. Let's see if we can find them. All right, let's see if we can join this other game here and have some fun. Not to say we're not having fun now, but you know what? It may have taken me 30 years, but I feel like I've just come around to Sega recently. Certainly didn't love the console back in the day. Had nothing against it, but I was definitely a Nintendo guy just because all my friends had it. Okay, I'm out of telepipes. I should probably grab some of those when I go back to town. But I am shocked with how much I've jumped into Dreamcast and the Sega Game Gear, which is not my primary console on the road, but I've really been enjoying a lot of games. A lot of just the puzzle games. They're just fun to play. And the system itself isn't as much of a pig on batteries as I remember. Ideally, I'd like to do the mod where you put in a rechargeable neolithium battery, but haven't gotten around to it yet. Yes, I'm alone in YouTube. Just me and you, buddy. Okay, let's go to the shop and get ourselves some more telepipes. Alone in the Dark, I haven't actually played that game for Dreamcast. I played it for I played it on PC. I've actually got the big box PC version for it, and you know, it was a cool game. I can't say that I was a huge fan of it, but it was certainly cool for its time. Ah, no problem, my friend. Well, my Portuguese is very poor, but my Spanish is still pretty poor. I took a Spanish course in university and I got a D-. So I know. Hola, mi amigo. ¿Cómo estás? Okay, does this person have a game open? Join team. Alright, let's try this person's game. Now, is this Kevin who we lost earlier, or is this somebody new? Titan guy. All right, let's see if we can level up our friend Titan guy. Where are they? Need a hand. Cool. Sounds good. So far, just one person that I've found. Hey, we've got another Spanish speaker, or sorry, Portuguese speaking individual. Right now I've just found one other person. It's a pretty quiet night. It is also an off night. It's not Saturday. Unfortunately, not to bore everybody, but I ended up doing some major renovations around the house the last couple of days, plus working, so that combined meant I wasn't able to get online Saturday. Ah, cool. 2 people from Brazil. Well, guys, I apologize. My Portuguese is terrible. Okay, what do we got going on here? Let's... Why are we crawling? Okay, did he tag them all? Boom. Okay. If you tag them, I can finish them off. Excellent. I love Brazil. Actually used to live in an area of Toronto called Little Portugal. And fantastic breads and meats in that area. I've got to admit, I miss it a lot. Okay. Let's see if... Boom. So we'll just follow our friend around here and see if we can help this guy level up. So I don't know Titan guy. I wonder if this is the person that mentioned earlier they were going to be jumping on, and they were like, I think they were like level 1 or something at the time. I know I did tell somebody that I was going to help them get a few levels. Okay. I'm not gonna grab anything here because unless it's something like a dimate or a trimate, I probably don't need it. But since we're just in hard, it's more than likely just going to be monomates. Did you want to level up fast? Cool. Follow me. Item pack. Let's take our friend and do a little bit of Towards the Future ×2. William the Killer. I like it. I'll take that. Okay. Let's switch ships and go to Vega. Switch ships to Vega. Okay, so in Vega, unlike Altamira, even though Altamira is a great ship to go on for a lot of games, and it's also very popular with a lot of folks as well. Ooh, harsh. Okay. Change ship. Vega. Block 1. Here we go. I appreciate the offer. I think if I do end up in Brazil, I'll be enjoying the sights and sounds, and maybe not so much the killings. Create team, PSO, UGB. Let's do it. Actually, I have a coworker that just came back from Brazil. He said it was awesome, so it is on my hit list. I would like to go to South America a little bit more, but haven't made my way down that far. Just maybe the furthest is like the southern states, and that's about it. It's okay. I'll just keep talking anyways. Don't worry about it. Okay, Titan guy is joining the game. Perfect. One thing that I did find that I didn't bring to show off is a GameCube. I know I was talking about GameCube in last game, and come to the guild. Come to the guild. I found a GameCube today, fully functional and everything like that, for $10, and I opened up the actual game, the disc door, and found a copy of Super Smash Melee inside, which was in pretty good condition. It had a couple of light scuffs on it, but overall really good. Anyways, I was really excited to find that. I only got it for $10, so I don't know. I know I was mentioning before, I don't want to have another system that I have to collect for, but I'm like, oh man, I found so many GameCube games. I feel like I've missed the boat because I've sold a lot of like the really high-end ones, but yeah, you know, maybe I'll start now. Who knows? Maybe I'll get lucky. All right, nice work, UGB. UGB's Ranger. I'm Tyrell, Principal Tyrell. Here's the problem, so listen up. As you know, the council opted to build simulators to oppose enemies in Ragol. Until now, you have tested several simulators. The latest version of the simulator has been complete. Its codename is Res. We want to entrust Conquest to this simulator, a superior simulator. Hunters like yourself. There's no turning back. We need blah 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 blah. Kill everything that is in the simulator. We know what we're doing. Okay, let's keep our friend alive. Okay. This quest will get you some serious XP. Okay, Forest 2. Let's see if our friend's gonna follow us. And I am gonna let them take the lead because I want to make sure they tag everything. Okay, tag away. Do you have a needle gun or shot? Short. If you ever made love to a man. Nope, not yet. If you use a shot, you can tag more. Hey, what's going on? Alright, maybe I should clear out this mess. Okay, where am I going? Where am I going? Boom, boom, boom. Come on, get out of here. Boom, boom, boom. So many rappies. Come on, let's get out of here. Oh, I'm kind of stuck, guys. Okay, what else can I use? Anything? Oh, it'd be nice if I could use a trap right now. Okay, why can't I get out of here? Oh man, this is painful. Okay, come on, let me... I can't believe I'm stuck. Oh, okay, here we go. Okay, perfect. Let me see if I can use this a bit more. Holy shit. I guess there's just too many enemies on me, even though that they're not really that effective. They just have kind of neutralized my ability to do anything. Come on, get out of here. Okay, just need an opening. Just need an opening. Come on, get out of here. Come on, let me out, let me out, let me out. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Okay, finally. Fuck. Get the fuck out of here. Oh. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, where's our friend? Oh, okay. I can't believe Okay, there we go. Now it's a little bit more manageable. Yeah, I know. I didn't realize that. Oh, come on, my friend. I didn't realize that even though these enemies are far too weak to actually do much damage to me, that they could put me in a situation where if they gang up so much and they swarm me, I won't be able to actually move. And since I'm not in the ultimate mode, I can't use any traps either, so I'm kind of stuck. I don't know, it's kind of funny. Alright. Whoa, what happened? Boom, okay, we tagged that guy. I am going to try and get a little bit of distance, because I don't want to start knocking all these guys over and then our friend here isn't able to actually do anything. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Okay, the swarm's starting again. Holy shit. Okay, let's knock some of these fucking guys out of the way. Ah, come on. There we go. Oh, there's a mono grinder. Don't really need it, but... Boom. There we go. Okay, maybe our friend here can take the lead. Can I use a mono grinder right now? I don't think so. No, I need to get another level up. Okay. Are you getting much XP? I'm hoping you're tagging enough of them. Okay, cool. Onward! Let's put a smiley face just so he doesn't think I'm being a dick. Objective of the game. Yes, it's a arena style game. There is a main quest, but it's not really that interesting. You kind of blast through it and repeat it in different difficulty levels. But ultimately, it's kind of more of just the online experience. Just hanging out with people, shooting monsters, and finding cool weapons, and doing a bunch of dungeon crawling and stuff like that. So I do have Facebook, but to be honest, it's mostly just close family. Don't really have any, and like some super close friends. Even if I was to add anybody that was using it, that watches the YouTube channel, probably be pretty unexcited by what I post. Definitely don't have like a fan channel or anything like that. But oh man, got a little bit of lag. Holy shit. Okay, come on, back up. Jesus. I am shocked with how much how many monsters there are and how they're just crippling my character. He can barely move. The quest is Towards the Future ++. So it's only available online in Vega. Here, I'm going to type it out actually because our Portuguese friend understands the written language more than the spoken language. TTF ++. There we go. Oh, and this guy always goes for the corner and then you can't get him. Okay, so what do we do here? We got to back up and oh, it's I'm just going to type it. It's a special quest in Vega. It's Towards the Future ×2. Okay. All right, let's back up a bit, and I'm going to keep an eye out to see who our friend tags. And then, oh wow, there's all sorts of cool low-level special weapons. I wonder if he needs any of them. Okay. Is he getting them all? I hope so. Boom! Okay, let's take him out. He's done. Okay. Follow me, follow me, follow me. Hopefully he tags enough. Alright, sweet. I think we opened up the portal. Okay, ready for double dragons. Cool. Sounds good. Here, pipe it. Oh, I guess we don't need to pipe. Entry's right around the corner. I don't use PSO Blueburst. I know that it's fairly popular amongst a few folks, but I enjoy the Dreamcast version. I have seen a lot of video of Blueburst, and I realize it's kind of a superior version of the game, but I don't know. For me, it's just playing Dreamcast. I just love the system, and even though you know, some of the characters and stuff like that, like, and some of the environments are a little bit repetitive, and you know, a little bit polygonal. Polygonal? Is that even a word? I don't know. I just like using the old system. It's fun. All right, what do we need? Oh, we're already set up there. Ah, sure. Why not buy another mono grinder? It's available. Might as well. Okay, so let's wait for a friend to get out of there. There are 2 dragons, so make sure to tag them both. And I was actually unaware that Phantasy Star Online version 2 is free. Nope. Just a special quest in Vega. It's a VR event. Activate the Trump mode. I don't know what's going on in the States, I'll be honest. I'm not really a political guy, but yeah, enjoy your president, folks. Apparently our prime minister is just fucking taking names right now. I'm not really a Trudeau fan, but really seems to be playing the diplomat role quite well. Little history lesson for you. Canada's previous prime minister, not the last one, but about 25 years ago, I guess now, was Pierre Trudeau rather, a little bit before my time. Anyways, apparently he was okay-ish, but I really kind of hate these legacy politicians. That said, guy seems to be doing all right-ish. Has made a lot of decisions that I do not necessarily support, but overall hasn't run us into the ground, which is kind of nice. Okay, try and tag them both, and I'll finish them off. Okay, cool. Maybe I'll use my Dreamcast. There we go. Okay, so I don't really want to get in there too much because I don't think he's tagged that one yet. Alright, knocked him out. Did you get the other dragon yet? Come on, tag the other dragon, my friend. Okay, cool, he got him. Let's see if we can knock them both down now. Okay, wow, this camera angle is killing me. There we go. All right, let's take out this guy. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, aim for the head. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, the other guy is spinning around like crazy, but that doesn't mean too much. Yep, that's my real name. I did change my name to something else at one point. I just go by my handle, Ugly Goblin Boy, or UGB. But I realized that I was receiving some personal emails, and people were like, "Why are we sending an email to Ugly Goblin Boy?" That's a handle I've had since like probably like 1992-ish. Way back before the internet, back when I used to do like BBSing and stuff like that and play door games. And there's really no amazing story behind it. Like, I was just kind of sitting there and I just sort of thought of the handle, and I've used it ever since. I used to have the domain name for quite some time, but eventually just let it slide, because really who uses, you know, World Wide Web addresses anymore? Everybody just uses Facebook and whatever kind of established social media platform they prefer. Did you? Why is it crazy? Okay. Is it vibrating? All right, let's go to the cave. Walking alone. I do not know what that means. Sorry. All right, let's go to the cave. Actually, let's help our friend shoot some of this gear. Boom. And maybe we can actually get some cooler gear as well. I couldn't tell you about the death of net neutrality. Now, I know Canada's been trying to keep it together, but I anticipate at some point everybody's going to bow down to the almighty dollar. And I'm trying to move. Oh, okay. Is it a lag thing? Have you tried pulling it out? Ha ha ha, pulling it out. Lame. Anyways, I have listened to a recent podcast, and what was it called? Stuff You Should Know. And there's a really good recast of their net neutrality talk. And it's quite fascinating. Oh shit, our friend left the game. Alright, well, I guess we're gone too. Item. A lot of stuff that I was loosely familiar with, but they go into quite a bit of detail. Ultimately, what it all comes down to is if there's no competition, then people are going to be able to kind of ask what they want for internet usage, and they're going to be able to set up these tiers, whether or not they're going to make them public or not, where people are going to be able to pay to have faster access to the internet. And all of these ISPs that basically belong to one sort of parent company are going to probably be throttled, which is really disappointing. Yeah, we'll cancel. But it's probably going to be the way it goes. Like, I know a lot of people complain about trying to load up sites and they don't load up quickly enough, and the suspicion is that they're being throttled, and they very well could be. But the major ISPs, like here in Canada, we have Rogers, we have Bell, and that's pretty much it. Now I use Tech Savvy, which use the Bell lines. And supposedly these lines are not being throttled. That being said, I have noticed quite a bit of... Oh, okay, is our friend here? Let's go there. I have noticed quite a bit of lag since I've switched over to Tech Savvy, as well as like my VoIP phone kind of cutting out here and there. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to look like. I do know that as it stands, even if some sites are being throttled, it's not terrible. And my hope is that some of the bigger players are also going to understand that having a throttled internet is going to have an impact on them as well, especially when people start developing third-party apps that are kind of supported on external servers. And if those external servers are being throttled, then it's going to cause problems for their main websites. So we'll see how it goes. Let's see what happened. What happened? No prob. The controller got crazy. Oh, there you go. Weird. Hopefully it's fixed. Did you want to try again? All right, so if he wants to try again, we really didn't get that far, so we can always do that quest over pretty quickly. Okay, create a team, PSO version 2, UGB, and we'll make that hard and register. Here we go. In terms of killing online game components, I mean, really, we're playing on third-party servers anyway, so it's highly unlikely that it'll impact this. I'm pretty confident that if it does come down to companies like Sony having to pay a premium for their content to be sort of lagless when they either stream Netflix online or through their various systems or their gaming, they're probably going to pay it. It does mean that anybody starting up, like let's say somebody decides to try like another Ouya project or something to that effect, that could cause some problems. So that would be really disappointing. But I don't think the big major players like Nintendo and PS and Sony are going to have any issues. They're probably going to just pay what they need to pay to keep their games alive and as fast as possible. But again, can't really guarantee anything. I did have a Master System. I've had 4 Master Systems. I've had probably about a dozen Genesises, but I just never keep them. I have a RetroPie setup, which is fine. I have an R4 card on my 3DS, which is fine, and you know, you can play all sorts of different emulators. Like I can play them on my computer if I want and stuff like that. I was thinking about getting a Sega Genesis and maybe getting a flash card for it, but yeah, I need to kind of like think about actual physical space in my house and what I can keep. You know, I'll get like a couple dozen games and I realize like, oh man, I'll never have time to play these, A, and B, like they just take up so much room in my house. Now my house is not small by any means. It's not huge either, but I've seen a lot of these gaming channels where people have like wall-to-wall games, and that's just not my thing. I find it looks a little bit ugly, I'll be honest. A little bit too overwhelming to be enjoyable. I sold probably, like, when I think of systems, even like my PS3, like I generally only keep 1 row of PS3 games at a time, and typically those games are games that either I really enjoyed or I think I'll revisit at some point. And again, it's just because like there's a lot of filler on every system, and other than the Dreamcast, I have no plans of getting complete collections. I actually sold off recently my Super Nintendo collection just because I realized like I never play any of those games. I do like a lot of the RPGs, which I did keep a lot of. I think I probably am down to about maybe 10 carts that I think I'll actually keep. But overall, it's just I can't. You know, I don't need a lot of these games. I would like to get a couple of hard copies of things like maybe Super Mario RPG, but I'm not going to pay the eBay prices or the prices that local game stores are charging for it. If I find it at a garage sale, which is highly unlikely at this point, but if I do, I'd probably hold on to it. But a lot of games like Super Mario World, I just don't need. Even though it's a launch title and there's quite a few copies out, it's a fantastic game still. It's a lot of fun. But again, I can emulate it. I can play it on my retro USB flash card. I can play it on my 3DS. I have all sorts of different options to play it, and I just don't feel the need to hold on to a cart and take up valuable shelf space. One system that I always think I like more than I probably actually do. That said, it's really fun for when you have company over, just because a lot of the games are pick up and play. It's like my Atari 2600 collection. Now, I only have about maybe 50 games, and of those, yeah, I'll admit there's some crappy shovelware and stuff like that, but you know, the Atari 2600 does have some really, really great games. I know some people... you know, some people got on the bandwagon about things like E.T. and stuff like that, but it's not that bad. It's playable. It's got a goal to it. Adventure's a lot of fun. If you've never played Adventure on Atari, that is a good game to play. But the best game on Atari, by far, even though it's a single player experience, is probably Pitfall 2. Pitfall 2 is an amazing game. Amazing that it's on Atari. I think it's one of the first side-scrolling games. You know, it doesn't scroll fluidly, but you know, you go from screen to screen. It does have a continuous soundtrack, multiple soundtracks actually, which is really impressive when you consider the space of the Atari 2600. Because I think each cart holds like what, 4 kilobytes or something ridiculously small of information. Because I know that the Nintendo Entertainment System holds, I think it's 460 kilobytes of information. And the Super Nintendo can hold up to a mega and a half, I believe. If I'm wrong on these estimates, feel free to correct me, but that's what I seem to remember reading at some point. So when you think about 4 kilobytes, like who can do anything with 4 kilobytes? Even a couple of like a mega and a half. Like you can barely, like if you take a high definition photo on your camera, it's probably going to be about 4 to 6 megs rather, in space. So what programmers were doing back then, dealing in bytes, is just absolutely amazing to me. That said, there's a lot of crappy games on the Atari 2600 as well, like unplayable crappy games. I tried to play Night Driver once, and it is an impossibly awful game. But things like 2-player games, like what's a good one? California Games, that's a great one. Winter Olympics, I really enjoy. Everybody knows the Pac-Man port is terrible. Although you can get a, I think it's the 8 kilobyte version. It's something that you can download. And if you have a flash card, an Atari flash card, which I was thinking about getting, I was really thinking about getting a Harmony card at one point, because they're not terribly expensive. I think they're about $80 or something to that effect. You can play a lot of really cool homebrews. I'm thinking of games like games that only games for Atari, like the new homebrews that I would actually probably buy, or just ones that look really, really cool, like the Halo 2600. I've never been an Xbox guy, so I have no connection to Halo whatsoever, but It's a cool little port. It kind of reminds me a little bit of E.T. to some degree, just the way it's set up. But yeah, it looks like it's a fun, easy kind of pick up and play game. My city, Toronto, the big TO. Although I was not born here. But it's where I've been resting my bones for like the last 11 years or so. Not the capital of Canada. I believe that is Ottawa. But definitely one of the biggest, or definitely the biggest city in Canada. We have a whopping 4 million people. Which by some other city standards is not a lot. But, you know, Canada isn't that big. I think we have like what 20 million people countrywide, which is like smaller than most states in the US. Okay, I think he got this guy, so let's just get him out of here. Boom. Okay, we knocked that guy out. Let's see if we can just get rid of him completely. Oh, he's using his mag. Cool. I don't think I'm going to get hit enough in order to use mine. Oh, and there goes our friend. Boom, boom, boom. Wow, I can't believe these guys are hitting me for so much. Okay, the one cool thing, well, I shouldn't say the one cool thing. One of many cool things about my new Rumble pack is that it's the Mad Catz one with the red light in it that goes off, the red LED, which just adds a little bit of extra flair. And shit, did I just fucking die? Holy shit. You gotta be kidding me. I guess I wasn't paying attention. Wow, that's not good. Huh. I hope I got the XP for the other guy too. How could I die on hard? Well, I guess I just wasn't paying attention to the game. Okay. Do I still have all my Meseta? Yes, I do, although I don't really need it. Item. Mag. Let's keep feeding this guy because we are really neglecting our secondary mag. There we go. Perfect. Let's just see what it has to offer once it matures. Okay, where's the gateway? How do we get out of here? There it is. Perfect. Okay, I'll wait for our friend to come join us, and then we'll hop out. Bang. There we go. Yeah, Red Dragon again. We had to restart the level because Titan guy, I guess something happened with their controller, so they ended up restarting the game. All right, level 2 start. Let's do it. Huh. I'm not too happy with the fact that I somehow managed to... Oh, let's just fucking kill these guys. Somehow managed to die fighting 2 dragons in the forest. Oh, maybe I should tell Titan guy to let me take care of this fella, just to knock him off the map. Boom. Okay, he's done. Okay, cool. Boom. 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 We got him. Boom. We got him. Boom. We got him. Boom. We got him. Oh, I hope Titan Guy tagged that one. Okay. Maybe I'll actually hold back and I'll just wait till I know he's tagged enough and I'm just going to use my launcher. Boom. Okay, cool. We got him. Alright, we got them all. Okay, I'm going to hang back, let Titan Guy tag a few. And I'm just going to start lobbing bombs in there. Okay, let's let Titan Guy get a few more in the basket. And okay, I gotta back up a little bit. All right, let's just knock these guys out of the park here. Okay, I think he's tagged a few. Let's just make sure he's got enough. Looks like he's gone up about, what, 3 levels since he started playing, so that's a good sign. Oh man, these fucking guys. Okay, thank you for the laser shot. I really appreciate it. Okay, thank you again. Boom, boom, boom. And we nailed them. And we tagged him again. Okay, finish this guy off. Finish that guy off. Perfect. Okay, we got him. Alright, is it going to open up the gate or do we have more enemies? No, we got a open gate now. You know what? There's only a handful of beat 'em ups I actually genuinely like. River City Ransom, actually, on the original Nintendo, is a fantastic beat 'em up game. If you haven't played it before, I highly suggest it. Really a lot of fun, especially with 2 players. If you got a buddy that's willing to play, it's kind of like a beat 'em up game with RPG elements in it, and it is a ton of fun. Can't emphasize enough how fun that game is. Really quick, really smooth for the Nintendo. You would expect it to be kind of choppy and the animations to be really kind of limited, but it's not. If you can find like if you can emulate it or something like that to play it, I really suggest it. If you can find an original copy for a decent price, you will not go wrong by buying it. But yeah, it's a great little beat 'em up game to play. What I used to do actually, when the last time I played it, was there's a code system in order to save your characters, and it is long. But I discovered just snapping a photo of it with my cell phone was a much easier way to go back to it rather than just spending all this time writing down, you know, I think it's like 30 characters or something like that. And I'm talking characters, like it's not just letters, it's like letters, numbers, and symbols and stuff like that. So excellent beat 'em up game. I'd certainly suggest it. Streets of Rage is a lot of fun. I only really played Streets of Rage 2 rather on the Game Gear. I did play a bit of it on the original Sega Genesis, but again, just wasn't a game I really got into. I did, when I was growing up, play a lot of Golden Axe. I had a friend who had that on the Sega Genesis, and I thought that game was amazing. But the graphics were fantastic. They are, especially, you know, considering what was coming out at the time. But for some reason, in my mind, the color palette was a lot deeper than I can remember. Playing it recently, I was a little bit disappointed with how, like, I thought the colors were a lot more rich, but they appear to be a little, I don't know, like gray toned almost to some effect, like a little bit washed out. Could have been the settings that I had on my my RetroPie, but for some reason that game didn't look as pretty as I remember it being. I did start playing a bit of Dragon's Crown on the PS3, but never stuck with it. It looks like it's a lot more fun to play with another player. But it's a fantastic little side-scrolling beat-em-up game. I can't remember where I heard about it originally, but definitely if you can find another player to join with you, it seems like it'd be a lot of fun. I think you can play online with another player, but haven't gotten around to it. I think it's been ported to a lot of different systems too. Like I think it's been ported to definitely the Vita. I don't know if it was ported to. It certainly wasn't ported to the. Let's try this guy. To the 3DS. But for me, anyways, it looks like it'd be a fun game to play, sort of on the go with a bunch of different people. Like if you play local co-op, it seems like it'd be a lot of fun. Sort of similar, I guess, to what the Switch is going for, but I do not have a Switch as of yet. I definitely will be getting one, but I'm gonna wait for the second model to come out. I can only assume that they're going to make a better version of the Switch, probably a little bit sleeker, probably a better battery life, but the version they have out now, like I enjoy. Like I hope they do what they did with the 3DS, where they made the new 2DS, which is basically the 3DS shell and the new 3DS bells and whistles, but without the 3D function. Now I would love to get a Switch that is just a standalone sort of like a standalone handheld console that you can put into a dock and then has other like Bluetooth controllers that you can associate with it. I'm not really too interested with these little, like, what are they called again, Joy-Cons or whatever. They seem like they're a bit more of a pain in the ass than they're worth. So I don't know, I'm gonna wait for the second version to come out. Hopefully they've streamlined it a bit better. And yeah, certainly gonna pick it up. The new Zelda Breath of the Wild looks fun, but I'll probably be well before the time. You know, it's gonna be long gone before I get around to it. Let's just put it that way. It's great for leveling up, especially the bosses. Haven't played Panzer Dragoon. Isn't that Saturn exclusive? I can't remember exactly. It does look like a lot of fun, but I had a Saturn at one point, but I sold it because I didn't have any games. Then when I looked at what the games cost, I was like, yeah, there's no way I'm going to be collecting for this system. I got way too late to it. And I think Panzer Dragoon is like, what, a $400 game or something like that at this point. So anyways, I have no real intention of buying it, but it does look like a lot of fun. Exit. And if it seems like they're getting around to being able to emulate the Saturn now, which is gonna be nice. So apparently the Saturn has a serial port on it or something like that, or a video port of some sort, and they've learned to, I think, ROM dump with it. Don't quote me on it. Access it in a way where they can actually start working on a decent emulator of the Saturn, which is fantastic because from what I understand, it's a really cool system. It seems like there's a lot of ports that ended up making it to the Dreamcast that are just a little bit more finessed, like Daytona, USA, and stuff like that. So I don't know. It looks like it'd be a fun system to play, but I just can't get around to collecting for a new system at this point. I really like the way the cases look and the way the games would be displayed on a shelf and stuff like that. But again, just shelf candy. Can't do it. I've run out of shelves is what it all boils down to. Does look like a fantastic system. And actually you can use your DreamPi if anybody out there that's watching uses a Saturn and used to play via Netlink. You can actually use your DreamPi now, and I think it's called DreamNet or DreamLink. I can't remember exactly, but you can play Netlink games now with the Saturn, which is kind of cool. So how easy is the Saturn to pirate for? Can you just put regular CDRs on it and it plays fine? That you don't need to hack the system or anything like that? Because I guess it was probably released, when was it released? 2000 or 1995. So that would have been way before CDRs were commercially available. It's funny because I can remember back in, I think it was 1999, my parents got a new computer with a CD burner, and burning your own CDs were like the biggest luxury you could have. CD music was like, you know, sort of the start of the decline of the music industry in sales anyways at that time, because, you know, everybody bought CDs. And I could remember I had a one-time CD burner and it would take about, what, an hour and a half to burn one CDR. And I had a friend come over and paid me money to use my CD burner. He borrowed a bunch of music from his friend and we copied the music over and we made copies. And he stayed for probably 5-6 hours at a time just chilling while we burned like, what, 4, 5, maybe 6 CDs. And, you know, obviously now that just seems ridiculous, especially just the whole concept of CDs in general, you know, seems really obsolete. But, you know, at the time it was the only game in town. There weren't really any MP3 players that were of any value. Now, I remember my friend, I probably would have been in 12th grade maybe, so I guess that would have been in 98. And he had one of the first MP3 players, and it held, I think, 32 megabytes of information. And I can remember when my one friend had the first 256 megabyte MP3 player, and it was like, you know, all of our minds were blown. But yeah, again, it's just the way it was at the time. It was just what was available. So I guess the cartridge that you're talking about, it fits in the cartridge slot at the back of the Sega Saturn, like the one where I guess that's where you put your save chip, or not your save chip, rather your save cart. Oh man, this is gonna be messy. I really hope our friend here manages to tag a few. I'm just going to encourage him to tag. Oh, like we totally froze there for a second. Okay, cool. So you swap discs. Oh shit, now I'm this is gonna be rough. Okay, I gotta get out of here somehow, so hopefully I can get rid of enough of these guys that I can actually move. Oh jeez. Yeah, so it sounds like similar to what I use when I'm playing mostly PAL imports. I use Codebreaker, and it works pretty well. Haven't had any problems. Plus, it forces VGA, which is kind of nice. Hey, welcome aboard, sir, or madam, or anything in between. Second stream, actually. Did one of Quake the other night, but this would be the first one for... Well, it actually isn't the first one for PSO, but the first effective one for PSO. Originally, I was using the Elgato software, and that is just horrible. Constantly dropping the stream. Okay, how do we get this fucking guy out of here? You know what? We've got an exit, so let's just take the exit. Forget him. All right, let's see. Okay. Yeah, I've tried a few with varying success. Like I said, the Elgato stuff is pretty bad. I would be able to stream for about maybe half an hour and then it would drop the stream. But now I'm using OBS exclusively, and I'm able to put through the webcam and hook up the mic and everything like that. And after fine-tuning it a bit, it all looks like it syncs up pretty well. Oh shit. Boom, boom, boom. Let's get out of here. Okay, we really gotta nuke these guys. Yeah, so since I've been using OBS, everything seems like it's running quite well. I'm very happy with it. I'm just shocked that Elgato is... Oh shit, okay. I can't see anything. The Elgato built-in software is so incompatible with the Elgato hardware. Have had nothing but problems. In the past also, when I used to just record the video and then splice it in with some GoPro video, it'd be dropping frames and everything would be out of sync and it was driving me crazy. But this seems flawless so far, so... Yeah, there's a lot of different options to kind of fine-tune the audio to make sure it syncs up with the camera and make sure the camera syncs up with the gameplay. What you end up having to do is you have to add a bit of a delay. Now I've discovered that it's about a... What is it? It's about a 900 millisecond delay between the gameplay and the actual video stream. So you've got to offset that a little bit, but once you do... It makes it look like you will not notice a difference. It'll look like it kind of hooks up pretty well. But on my end, there's a bit of delay with the gameplay audio. Now the gameplay itself is going through the Elgato, and it is outputting via HDMI to a secondary monitor, which makes it so that it is going to be lossless. But the stuff that's actually being recorded still has a bit of a delay, so... Oh no. Oh shit, okay, I used my mag by mistake. Okay, get out of here, you sons of bitches. No, I do not actually have any SNES repros. I don't have any repros. I have a couple of different hacks. The only hack that I really own is for the NES, and that is the Final Fantasy VII hack. Only because it is, I think it's a 4 meg file, and it won't play on my retro USB SNES flash card at all. Like it's not compatible with it. So I really wanted to play it on some actual hardware, so I ended up buying it off of Alibaba for I think it was like 30 bucks shipped. It was pretty cheap. Okay, let's get some of these guys out of the way. Yeah, I've heard PS2 online is possible, but I haven't tried it out yet. I've been following a couple of different videos on how to do it. It looks like it's not the most difficult thing to do. You can download a file that you put on a USB key and drop it in the USB port on your PlayStation 2, and apparently it just works, but I still haven't tried it yet. Just have so many other systems on the go. Okay, okay, cool. Cool. I should too. Alright, so let's follow our friend, and maybe what we'll do is we'll buy a couple of different items, and then we'll take care of this boss, and we'll blast through Falls, and it should be good. Yeah, I have actually 3 PS2s. They're all slims. I don't have the original fat, but I have 2 white ones and a black one. And it's a system I really do enjoy, but I didn't really grow up with it at the time. It does have a lot of good games for it. But I find a lot of the games that I enjoy on it have also been remastered for PS3. So, you know, I do have games like Shadow of the Colossus and Eco and the Kingdom Hearts games and the GTA games and stuff like that. Now GTA hasn't been remastered. GTA 3 rather hasn't been remastered for PS3, but it is available on the PSN, and the quality is just a lot better looking. So no, I didn't hear about that with N64. Okay, but I knew you can get a N64 flash card, which I was actually tempted to get because right now the emulation for N64 is just absolutely terrible. Okay, so let's just collect a couple of odds and ends while our friend is getting some goodies in the store. Maybe there's something that we missed. And it looks like nothing that we can really use. I kind of feel like I missed the boat on N64 a bit. I remember playing it a lot back in the day, especially GoldenEye. So here's the thing about GoldenEye. It is a bit dated. I had tried to play it recently, but back in the day, it was an amazing multiplayer game to play and just flawless as well. The only issue is that you could only play, well, I'll get into this in a second. Technically, you can only play on one screen, and it was divided into 4 quadrants if you had 4 players. It was unlikely that, especially at that time in the mid-90s, TVs were kind of coveted, that you had multiple televisions. Fortunately, I had a friend who did. So what we ended up doing was we would load up GoldenEye, and the video output, the old composite output, what we do is we would splice that off into 4 different runs. So we'd splice off the composite so that it would run to 4 separate televisions. And then what we'd do is we would run it into 4 different televisions, and we would say I was quadrant 1, I would block off the other 3 quadrants so I couldn't see what was going on. And if somebody was quadrant 2, they do the same. So essentially we'd all block off 3/4 of our screen to play the game. And what that allowed us to do is like more effective sniping, because you couldn't really snipe in GoldenEye the way it was intended, because people would be able to kind of just glance over at your quadrant and be like, okay, this person's here, and find you and, you know, kill you or whatever like that. But if you were able to do it that way, it was a lot of fun. That was a big mess, and it wasn't really practical, but it is doable. If anybody out there has like a retro game setup and wants to play GoldenEye, I highly suggest that. Take the composite video, splice it out to 4 different televisions, and you'll have a blast. Call of Duty's live on PS2. I do have like the 4-pack of, or the 3-pack of the Call of Duty games. Like, I'd be really interested in playing that actually online for PS2. And Star Wars Battlefront 1. Cool. That looks like a lot of fun as well. Okay, let's just kill this guy, get it over with. Looks like our friend has tagged it. Done. Okay, cool. That's awesome. So how many people play Star Wars Battlefront still? That's actually one of the few games that I think I could see myself really getting into. Yeah, and you know what's funny? I do see multiple copies of Star Wars Battlefront 2. I should really pick it up. I always pass it up. I was actually blown away that Final Fantasy XI was still live on the PS2. What we're using the HDMI splitter for. Right now I use the Kenevo HDMI splitter, so it's 4 outputs, 1 input. I'm quite happy with it. It works pretty well. I use it mostly for my computer setup. I think it cost me about $50 Canadian on Amazon, so. We're trying. I don't think there's a whole lot of blood in this game. Looks like there's a bunch of purple ooze though. Kind of taking my time a little bit because I want to make sure that our partner here has the opportunity to tag as many of these guys as possible. There we go. That's cool. I'm actually probably going to pick up a copy of Battlefront 2 and try and get it going, because that game looks like a lot of fun. Again, I never played a lot of these games online back in the day. In fact, I played none of them back in the day. PS2 completely passed me over, but I did pick up one for like super cheap about 3 years ago. 10 bucks, had everything you needed to get started up, and I was like, wow, the games are about $1 a piece. You can find them anywhere. Just thought, okay, I might as well just start collecting for PS2. I don't think I've paid any more than $5 for a game on PS2. Cool. That's awesome. So if there's a link that you can give me for playing Battlefront online, I'd be really curious. Or just playing any of the PS2 games online. What's the easiest way to do it? Okay, where is this? There he is. Boom. Done. Okay, cool. Let's... Oh, there's another guy. All right, where's our friend? Is he tagging him? Looks like he is. Boom. Okay, cool. Hopefully you got the XP for that. I assume all it really is. It's just basically changing the DNS settings on your PS2 to connect to third-party servers, but I don't know if it's as easy as this is. And I mean, the PS2 seems like it'd be even simpler because it's got especially the Slim, it has a built-in Ethernet connection. But again, I could be wrong. Okay, did Titan Guy tag those ones? I hope so. Okay, let's just finish them off anyways, so we can start moving this game along. Okay, maybe you can finish off those guys, and I'll just tag this group here. Finish off these guys. Well, I imagine if a dummy like me was able to get the Dreamcast online, I could probably grind my way with figuring out the PS2. You know, I put that tutorial together on how to get online a little over a year ago, and it was from a lot of different information, because at the time it was really sort of there wasn't any clear direction on how to get your Dreamcast hooked up online. So when I made that tutorial, it's probably the most complete version on how to do that. Now it's a little bit obsolete. If you follow it, you'll still get online, but you don't have to do a lot of the settings. Luke Benstead and his various incarnations of DreamPi up to version 1.6 have changed a lot of the haven't changed the settings, but modified it in such a way that you don't have to go through all the hoops that you had to go through historically in order to get it hooked up. So right now, like I said before, PC Wizard has a great video on his channel with an updated version on how to connect online, and I highly suggest watching that. Really simple to follow, and if you don't feel comfortable making a line voltage inducer, he sells them on his website as well for a fairly reasonable price, I think. Yeah, how much were fees back then? I'm quite curious. Like, I never really used to play a lot of these games online back in the day. Oh, fuck. Got into a trap. And the only games I really played online were PC games, and those were free and mostly just kind of like local. Like, you didn't have to connect to a main server and play against other players in kind of a hub. You would just dial up your friend, like in Warcraft 2 and stuff like that. So I'm curious how much it cost to play online back in the day. It's just kind of fascinating when you think about it, because back in the day, if you were getting like DLC for certain games and everything like that, that was like the thing to get. Like, that was the system of the time. There wasn't anything better. And now it's all gone. Like, all those servers are gone, and all the information on it is gone as well. It's just interesting how quickly all that stuff disappears. Okay, we're gonna get them. Boom. You know, I was thinking about it the other day with like certain social media platforms that I used to use. Like, again, just dating myself a bit, like going on BBSs and like these huge chat threads that I would go through and participate in and all this kind of stuff. And all these forums I would participate in, and all those are gone. And it seemed like such important stuff back in the day, but it's all so dated and obsolete now. And there's no way you're getting it back. There's no way any of those old BBSs have records or access to them now. Like, they're long gone and in the grave, but back in the day they were so important. I can remember like meeting people through these BBS systems, and like in real life too. That's just what you did. You'd hook up and you'd, you know, just make some new friends like it was a lot of fun. But all that stuff is gone, and even some of the old web pages that I used to make, like oh, let's go help out our friend Titan guy. Like all those GeoCity pages with like the old forums that I used to make on them and stuff like that. Like I used to get quite a few people coming into those, and again, they're all gone now. Hey, there's nothing wrong with growing up with Atari. That was actually probably one of the games that I grew up with as well when I think about it. Our systems, rather. I can remember my neighbor used to have an Atari with a basket full of games. And, man, we would spend so much time playing Atari. I think Nintendo was out at that time. It was just one of those things where we hadn't quite come around to it. The video games back in the day were really strange. Because obviously now in retrospect, it's easy to look at them and be like, oh yeah, like, you know, the Nintendo, the Sega Genesis, they all had great games and they're so collectible now, and everything was so valuable and expensive, and should have saved your cover and your boxes and stuff like that for them. But back in the day, you just didn't know. And you kind of did know. That was the weird part. Like, I could remember saving the boxes for many of my games for many years, and then I think I went to college. Okay, let's just let our friend know. Yep, the big one. We should go back to Pioneer to get supplies. So apparently X-Band is going to come live again as well. There's somebody, the guy, what is his name again? I can't remember, but he's in the Dreamcast Live forums all the time. He is working on a way to get X-Band Live going again. So I think there's about 20 games you can play through X-Band. There's a version of Street Fighter 2, I believe. There's a couple of other odd games that you can play as well. But yeah, he's trying to get it live, and that could be a real interesting way of playing games again. I never had X-Band back in the day. I don't even know if I would have been eligible for it, but yeah, it's coming back up. So be prepared, people. Buy your X-Band on eBay for whatever it is now, because as soon as it becomes live and known, it's going to go through the roof. Okay, Ruins 3. Ruins 3. I don't remember which one we are. I think Saturn works through Netlink, doesn't it? Because I definitely know a couple of people are playing Saturn games right now through Netlink. From what I understand, you can play Saturn games through, I can't remember what they're calling it. Are they calling it DreamLink? Go to Dreamcast Talk and check the forums. I think Dreamcast Live put an article up about it, but I know that certain people are playing Dreamcast Live games right now. So it's definitely up and running. I'm just not sure what games are around because I don't play the Saturn. Okay, here we go. Ready? So I'm going to try and make sure our friend tags this falls, and yeah, fortunately there's not two falls. We were able to beat falls once on our own. Fortunately there are not two falls. I had an Atari XE too, and I should have kept it because I was unaware that it could play. It was backwards compatible. I had a huge haul of awesome systems that I I sold because I just never used them. Like I bought a box full of like Nintendo, Super Nintendo, TurboGrafx 16, Atari XE, Atari, Sega Genesis, Game Gear, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, all this stuff from this guy that was moving for $100. And I ended up selling a lot of it. I kept the Nintendo stuff. I kept a lot of the Super Nintendo stuff. But I sold the TurboGrafx 16, which I'm really kicking myself for now. And, oh, come on. On top of me? Really? Alright, let's see if we can back up and take care of them. Fortunately, we know. Oh shit, come on, get out of here. Come on, get out of here. There we go. Okay, cool. So he's going to evolve into his next form. And this one's generally pretty easy as well. Hey, Costa Rica. Welcome to the stream. Okay, come on, come on, come on, come on. As long as he's tagging him, I'm going to keep working on him. Awesome. Okay. We're not done yet, though. There we go. Yeah, you know what? Sega really was ahead of the curve when you think about it in terms of their online stuff. Oh shit. Okay, where's Titan Guy? Let's stay close to Titan Guy. All right, and boom. Yep, it's gonna be painful. Ah, shit, I'm out too. Fuck. Okay, let's see if we can knock him down a little bit more. Fuck, 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 fuck. Okay, where is our friend here, Titan Guy? Oh shit, I'm too far away. Fuck. Okay. Run, run, run. Maybe I have like another atomizer or something. Okay, where is he? Come on, come on. Not a star atomizer. Jeez, what am I doing? Shit, this is gonna be painful. Item. Shit, I don't have any other atomizers. Don't worry, it's safe. Sorry, I'm out of atomizers. Shit. Okay, well, let's just finish off Falls. And, damn, it looks like our friend Titan guy is not gonna be able to get the XP from Falls. That's too bad. Okay, Falls, where are you, buddy? Okay, let's see if we can... Come on, get over here. Ah, you dirty son of a bitch. Jeez, I can't even see anything. Whoa! Okay, keep running, keep running, keep running. Nice. Okay, well, we took him out. Well, sorry, Titan guy. I didn't even think to stock up on moon atomizers or soul atomizers. Just one of those things. I stocked up on everything else. No, that's too bad. Okay, maybe we'll... Maybe we'll find something that we can use. Come on. Let me see if I can find something. Yeah, maybe we'll get lucky and I can find like a soul atomizer or something like that. Okay, come on, big money. No, no luck, eh? Huh, I'm surprised. Well, not really. I think when you beat Falls, all you get is like armor and weapons and things, so. Okay. Alright, well. Let's pick up Titan guy's stuff. And we'll go back to Pioneer. Auto gun. Right. Okay, got it. Let's get out of here. Okay. Sorry, friend. I thought we were going to be able to beat Falls together, but totally messed up. I should have had more atomizers on me. Damn. Rest in peace indeed. Okay. Okay, here we are. Let's... Item. Item. Auto gun. Drop. Use. Item. Meseta. Drop. You can have all of it, I don't care. Okay. What kind of weapon do you like? Guns. All right, let's see what we got here. Anything that our friend can use? That one's pretty decent. The Hell Laser. Let's get him a good shotgun as well. Let's get him some of these. Yes. And get him like what would be fun. Keep that one, I think. Which one aren't we going to use? Probably that one. Okay, here we go. Items. Drop. 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 See anything you like? Yeah, man. Take it all. Need any grinders? I had so many mono grinders, we should probably unload them. Come on. Where did all these things come from? Okay, he must not have been able to pick them up because I was too close. Take item. Let's get rid of some of these mono grinders. We got so many. No, I haven't found red ring yet. I have the blue ring though. Drop, 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 drop. Items. So I have the Asminkov. Okay, good. I still kept my launcher. Okay. Can you use anything there? Yeah, that's the problem I have too with a lot of console gaming is that the family certainly takes advantage of the living room. Those are items to add to your armor slots. Adios, amigos. Buenas noches. It's a good idea. You know what? When I built my house, I put 10 dedicated Ethernet ports throughout every room. So every room in the house has a dedicated Ethernet port, and it goes down to one hub in the basement. And I have a 100 gigabit 10 port router. Let's claim the prize. And yeah, it's great. I have 2 wireless ports in the house as well, but pull up the results. Are we A rank? I don't think he died that much. Frequency 6? We might be A rank. B. Ah, too bad. Okay, does this little lady have anything to say? Probably nothing, because we got a B rank. You know what's funny? Landlines are actually still pretty popular in Northern Ontario here. That's one of the reasons my parents actually sold their house, because they couldn't get high-speed internet. But cool. But yeah, when we moved to the city and we got the new place, that was the first thing I was thinking. Like, I've got phone jacks in every room, like living room, except the bathrooms. A couple in like the living room, kitchen, bedrooms, everything like that. Ethernet ports everywhere, cable jacks everywhere. I put up Ethernet phone and cable all behind my television where I knew I was going to mount it. I knew in the basement I was going to have a rec room, so I put like 2x6s everywhere behind the wall. I put a 3-inch PVC conduit behind where I knew the TV was going to be mounted, so I can just shoot all the cables back there, and I can put it underneath an entertainment center at the back. No prob. Good game. I'm out for now. See you later. Okay, cool. All right, I think we're out. Bye. All right, let's save our character data. Oh, I should have told our friend how to do that. And we'll quit the game. Saving game, please do not remove the memory card. The elderly. All right, well, that's about it, folks. That was a fun little round of PSO. Hope everybody enjoyed. Kind of wish that we found more players, but it was really cool to help out that one person. Got them up 5 levels anyway, so if we see them online again, maybe we'll join them and run through another couple of Towards the Futures. But yeah, in the meantime, I hope everybody's doing well, and we will do this again very shortly. Today is Tuesday, which means Wednesday is going to be the other game night. I haven't looked at the schedule. Actually, while I'm here, why don't I look at the schedule? Let's just go to Dreamcast Live and see what's actually playing. Schedule, here we go. Tomorrow night. So the calendar says, ooh, Starlancer. That could be fun. So let's definitely shoot to play some Starlancer Live. That looks like it'll be a lot of fun. All right, well, in the meantime, everybody have a good night, and I will catch you tomorrow. Take care.